4, 3, 2, 1.
Dolls and donuts, dolls and donuts. We are two dolls, we like animals. As a bonus, we eat donuts.
Hello, welcome to the
Dolls and Donuts
podcast, episode 3. Today we're going to chat about what's going on in the animal rights community, what's been happening in Robin's Vegan Dollhouse, and we'll have an interview with vegan hairstylist and vegan salon owner Tina, who is sitting here already right now. She's going to be joining us for the episode, not just for the interview.
Thanks for coming.
Yay!
So, what's been going on with you guys lately?
I've been traveling, and I will continue to travel until the first of the year. So I'll be tired, but it'll be fun. Lots of going to Vegas and Disney and being with family. So I'm going to be busy.
Do you have like a long list of things that you know you can eat that are vegan at Disney?
Not super long, but long enough to feed myself.
Do you follow Disneyland Vegan on the internet?
No, I don't think so.
I follow her. She's really awesome, and she basically...
What is she on?
She's on Instagram. Well, I follow her on Instagram. Yeah. She has a blog, too.
Okay. I have a post on my blog on Disneyland.
Oh, really? You should check her
No,
Instagram.
I don't. Not Disneyland. It's Disney World. I have it on Disney World.
Oh.
Because they have vegan ice cream at Disney World. They don't have it at Disneyland.
Oh, okay. So they're different.
Yeah. I wish they had. They have
Hers
like
is
Tofuti and something else, some other brand at Disneyland. And they come out and like a manager comes out and they're like, because they think, because you're ordering vegan ice cream, you obviously have a deathly dairy allergy. And they're like so scared. They're like, okay, the manager's going to come out and talk to you. I'm like, okay.
Just go along with it.
They come out with like the gloves. And they're like, okay, so who wants the vegan ice cream? Who wants the non-dairy ice cream? I'm like, oh, we do. And I was like, well, and then they asked about the allergy. I was like, well, it's not an allergy, but go ahead and treat it like it's one. Because I want, obviously I don't want any
I love it when they put on gloves. Anyway.
But yeah, I always like, yeah, sure, change your gloves.
So, okay, so definitely check out her Instagram
Disneyland.
before you go. It's Disneyland Vegan.
Disneyland Vegan. Okay,
Yeah.
I will.
I'll actually tag you in one of her pictures.
Okay,
so
yeah, I'm
you don't
going
forget.
for Christmas. Well, Christmas season in December, so.
And so what was the best part of Vegas?
Oh, the Thanksgiving dinner, which I'll talk about later.
Okay.
At a new vegan restaurant in Vegas. It was really good.
Way to make people listen to the whole podcast.
I will keep everyone in suspense until we get to that part, because then they'll just turn it off right after I talk about it. They're like, okay, I've heard enough. I got everything I need. And they'll just leave. So we have to wait till the end.
Alrighty. So this episode will be coming out on January 1st. So everybody will not be listening to it because they'll all be sleeping in from staying up late the night before.
I won't be. I'll be up posting it. So when you wake up, know that I was up in the early morning hours just putting this up just for you so you can hear it.
All right, so it's time for the segment of our episode called Ask Ashley. What's going on with animals?
Okay, so I'm talking about 2 stories this week. One's about the turkey pardon, since we just celebrated Thanksgiving. That's, being talked about. But it's a little bit different this year because some of the coverage is including mentions of undercover investigations. So, of course, the turkey pardon's like this ridiculous ceremony that everybody laughs at and has minimal coverage in the news. But the Washington Post, in the article of the Washington Post about it, they do talk about, the ridiculousness of it, how, like, it's just, like, some stupid tradition that they do, and, and the president's kind of like, okay, I have to pardon this turkey now, and it's ridiculous, and his kids have to stand there and pretend to be interested. But what's good for us is that this year they brought up several undercover investigations about, interestingly, the actual farm that the turkey came from, one of the turkeys came from. So it was between 2 different turkeys, Abe and Honest. Honest Abe, you get it. So Abe won. It doesn't mean Honest got killed. They both go to, like, the turkey, where all the pardoned turkeys go. But Abe is the one who won, so he was pardoned. So even though they're going to live there, they definitely won't live until the normal age of a wild turkey or anything like that, because they're so genetically modified.
So I have a question.
What's your question, Robin?
I don't know what a turkey pardon is.
You've never heard of the turkey pardon?
I've never heard of the turkey pardon.
Okay. Clueless Corner. So, as you might have already known from our last episodes, Clueless Corner comes up a lot when Robin talking about something and Robin doesn't know what it is. And I think really I understood the, what do you want to say? The magnitude of Clueless Corner when you didn't know who Anne Frank was.
What? Okay, that has nothing to do with this podcast.
And just to give everybody, some kind of like perspective on Clueless Corner, that's when I realized that we really had something here. Something interesting.
Yeah.
Because that's a pretty big Clueless Corner. That was the biggest corner so far.
And that was before Dolls and Donuts was ever born. So Clueless Corner has been a thing since Ashley and Robin met.
Yeah. That was the biggest one now. So these aren't as bad. Every year the president pardons a turkey. So saying basically, okay, turkey, I have pardoned you from being slaughtered for Thanksgiving. Now you may go off and live your life with the other pardoned turkeys. I think they've been doing it since the 80s or something like that. 87 or somewhere like that. Every year the president has pardoned a turkey. Kind of like, well, we're going to let you live, buddy. Sorry about
and
that.
no one
thinks
some kind of
this is
nice
weird?
gesture or something.
It sounds so strange.
Yeah.
And we've just been doing this and no one questions it.
Yeah, and it's, I guess last year Obama pardoned 2 turkeys and people had problems with that. Like, how dare you pardon
not American.
2? Yeah, 1, that's all they get. They get to have 1 live and the rest of them we're killing them all. So it's, yeah, that's what a turkey pardon is. They do it every year and it's weird.
So weird.
Yeah.
And so is it supposed to, like, assuage the guilt of Muggles for eating their turkey at
I don't know.
Thanksgiving?
They don't pardon any other animal for any other holiday. Okay, so the reason this kind of is good for us is that the Washington Post article brings up the Mercy for Animals and Compassion Over Killing investigations that came out. And this is actually, the footage was taken at Foster Farms, which is the company that actually raised Honest and Abe. So these actual turkeys came from one of these under investigation locations, which I think is interesting. So, these investigations are close to home because 2 of their turkeys got pardoned, or were involved in the presidential turkey pardon. That's basically it for
Yay,
that.
turkeys!
Yeah, yay, Honest and Abe, you made it out alive. That's not very happy. Yeah.
Yay,
Good for you too.
So those are 45 the 2 that survived. How many died?
The 45 million other turkeys that didn't get so lucky.
It's really interesting. So these 2 turkeys came from, you said, Foster Farms.
Yeah.
That seems like some, kind of sly, product placement right there. You know? I don't know.
Yeah,
it's kind of messed up.
Yeah. And the fact that they came from one of the farms that the investigations have released footage on is interesting, to say the least.
So 45 million turkeys are how many died for Thanksgiving dinners?
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's just 1 year. 1 year's worth of Thanksgiving.
Per year.
Just for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Other events, other holidays, other whatever throughout the year, people usually have a turkey more than once a year, other than Thanksgiving. So, yeah. Okay, so the next story is kind of scary. There's been a study put out by the University of Halifax, Nova Scotia, saying that saltwater fish will be extinct in the oceans by 2048. So if we keep on the route that we're going now.
So when you find an article and you say that it was published in Nova Scotia,
the study was.
I mean, is this article being published everywhere here?
Well, this was on CBSNews.com.
Oh, okay, good.
This is where this came from. So this is a mainstream American news outlet that's reporting this. But the people that did the study just happened to be from Halifax, Nova Scotia. The article says that the world's oceans will be empty of fish by that date. They said that the cause is the disappearance of species due to overfishing, pollution, habit loss, and climate change. So all of that is pretty much vegan related. Just not just the overfishing.
I mean, that's wild. That's in our lifetime.
Yeah. And once you get that, it's pretty much the breakdown of every ecosystem in the ocean. You can't remove just, fish. I mean, there's other animals, obviously.
No, it's so fragile. Everything collapses.
Yeah. So that's basically what they're saying. The fisheries are already collapsing around the world. It's because there's less fish. And there's no fish in the world. It's going to throw everything off. It's like, you imagine, like, talking to your grandkids or whatever and say, there used to be fish on the earth. There used to be these things that were like this this other animal that maybe is still around in the water. That, well, we ate them all and killed them all, and now they don't exist. Like the dodo bird. How we look at the dodo bird now. Like, oh, that's an interesting little thing that looks kind of funny that we killed or went extinct, and that's how fish might be before we're off this earth. So that's kind of scary.
When news sources publish things like this, do they ever offer solutions? Or are they supposed to be super unbiased and not?
Well, I think in this case they would maybe say if the study offered any solutions. And the study just basically says that if biodiversity in the ocean continues to decline, this is what's going to happen. But it's not there yet. It's not like it's set in stone. We can still do something, but of course, everybody wants to point at someone else to do something. They don't ever want to change what they're doing or what their company may be doing or whatever. It's somebody else's problem, always. So that's a scary thing. 2048, there won't be any fish left in the ocean. So hopefully, at this point, it's not to be a pessimist, but I feel like we've gotten to this point, and I feel like if we've gotten to this point already, I feel like no one's going to do anything to stop it from happening. People have been talking about this now it's obviously more mainstream, and it's being brought up a lot more because the consequences of how we live on this planet are, it used to be like, oh, climate change, oh yeah, I heard about that. And now it's like, we are all going to die. This planet is going to die if we don't do something. I feel like now it's like we're past the point of no return. I hope that's not true, but
the planet won't die. Just everything on it at the moment, and then hopefully things will just kind of reset themselves.
Yeah, well, there's that show, I think, like After Us or something like that, where it shows like if humans weren't on Earth, how fast things would go back to how they were, like cities overgrowing and ecosystems repopulating and all kinds of things. I've never seen it, but I think it's like on the Discovery Channel or something. And it's interesting because it happened quite fast, apparently. Like, if humans just went away, this Earth would flourish and, like, rebuild itself. But, we like to mess things up. Yeah.
I'm going to go cry for a little while so you guys can do the rest of the podcast without me, right?
The poor fish.
Shower.
The poor fish. You need to go get a tub and be like, oh, I feel your pain, fish. And like just flop around in the water for a little bit.
Oh,
poor things. So, like we said, obviously overfishing. So if people stop eating fish, maybe they can stay around a little longer so we can get the pollution and all of that stuff under control so they can actually live. But as we know, and then commercial fishing just drags the bottom of the ocean, killing everything.
All the bycatch. And
the coral, the bycatch, anything that's there. And, these animals, even if it's something they're not looking for, the animals are dead by the time they get up to a lot of the bycatch is dead by the time they get up. So like a dolphin or whatever's caught, just thrown back overboard. And just a casualty of the however many pounds of fish they got in that catch. So it's sad, but nobody really seems to care. It's sad.
It's sad. I thought we were ending on a high note.
Well,
what's a good animal story that's been going on? Does anyone have anything good?
I thought of something that. I was mad about that. I can't remember. I'm thinking I'm going to bring this up. Oh, yeah, that's not very happy.
I'm trying to think of.
But there is one little story that is kind of a miscarriage of justice that I've been reading about. I haven't read too much into it, so I don't really have all the details. But people that kind of do like their thing is like witnessing, so they stand outside the slaughterhouse and like the trucks all just line up with all the animals, and of course these animals haven't had food or water for sometimes days on end, and they go up and they have water bottles and they like spray water into the animals' mouths and stuff, even though they're going to be dead within a few hours. They try to give them some relief in the meantime. And I'm not sure the details, but one woman is arrested for this, and she's now facing possibly 10 years in prison for giving water to these pigs.
What?
That
I
were
heard about
going
that.
to the slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
I don't know all the details, but
That was effed up.
she's arrested and going on trial now for I don't know if there's more to it. I don't know, but that's what that group.
Basically, it's looked at as that she's jeopardizing private property in
Yeah.
some way, even
By
though,
keeping it alive
yeah.
until it gets slaughtered, which is what they want, which, doesn't make sense because you're not supposed to.
No, it's ridiculous, but I mean,
Yeah.
from a legal standpoint, like she is tampering
with property.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. And to even think, like, okay, well,
that an animal is, someone's property.
Yeah, and that, first of all, let's pretend that that's a valid argument, which it isn't. 10 years for giving property water to keep it alive until you can slaughter it, that logic isn't sound. I sound like Spock, but it's not. And it's crazy to put somebody in prison, or even consider putting somebody in prison for that for 10 years.
Speaking of you sounding like Spock, didn't you tell me at some point you had, like, Spock ears, or...
I have a hoodie.
A Spock hoodie with ears?
Yeah, the hood. It's the Science Blue, Star Trek Science Blue, and it has the hood, and it has the Spock ears on the side, so it looks like I'm Spock.
I feel like you can bring the hoodie to our podcast and wear it whenever you're gonna, like, sound
like my normal ears aren't big enough. I have to put Spock ears. My big ears are pretty big. They're just not pointy like Spock's. So, but yeah, I have some Spock-like features.
Okay, I have a upbeat story.
Okay, good. Let's bring it up before we go to your segment.
So, I've just recently discovered this account that David's been watching.
Is it the squirrel one?
This girl is a squirrel.
I have to get that.
It's a pet squirrel, and everything is really cute. Everything is so cute. And this one, look, the squirrel is painting.
Oh.
Yeah? Right?
Little...
Am I right?
Picasso over here.
It's just so cute. So whoever needs, like, to feel uplifted
now
after
that we've
hearing
basically told you
sad
about all the
stories,
dead turkeys and the death of the ocean.
After hearing that our world is collapsing, I think you should go to Instagram and follow This Girl is a Squirrel and look at all the cute squirrels.
There's so many, like, cute animals that I follow on Instagram.
I mean...
There's also a kangaroo sanctuary that I follow.
Cute.
That's so cute. I'm sorry, I don't know the name offhand.
Look at its paw.
That's a cute little paw.
It's a cute paw.
That's what Penny's nails look like. Long.
Apparently, you and this girl are having some issues keeping your
it's
pet's
hard having
nails
your
clipped.
kids' nails so long. Okay, Robin, so what was your yummy Thanksgiving food like in the dollhouse?
So I only made a few things, and other people brought things because it was a potluck, which was very nice because I still spent all of Thursday cooking, and we had our friendsgiving on Friday, which Ashley didn't come because she was too busy driving back from Vegas.
I wasn't invited, people. Feeling the love over here. No, I was out of town. Or I was in the process of being back in town, but I was
You were
home
at
too late.
Ronald's trying to bring back donuts for
Yeah,
Dolls and
I was
Donuts.
out there on Black Friday at Ronald Doughnuts trying to, literally rip donuts out of people's hands for this woman, for Robin.
In the true Black Friday spirit.
Yeah, and I don't even get invited to Friendsgiving. I went to the the forum shops at Caesars to look at some of the Black Friday stuff. But walking into Ronald was like Black Friday Walmart. Like there was nothing left, and the girl in front of me was trying to take all the donuts, and I was getting stressed out. And thankfully, right before when we got up there, he's like, "We just made some more one of one kind." I was like, "I take them all." So you're welcome. That's what I went through for your donuts.
We have them. We should be eating them while recording Dolls and Donuts.
Except for they weren't donuts. They were the turnovers or
apple
whatever.
turnovers.
Close enough.
I mean,
Close enough.
Sharing is caring, right?
They're from Ronald, so...
They came from a donut shop. I feel like they came in the pink box. It counts.
The pink box. That's just what it's called.
The pink box.
The famous pink box. So, yes, go on. Tell me about your Friendsgiving.
Okay, so I made my tofurkey that I make every year, which I'm being told by a lot of people on the internet I should not be calling tofurkey because it's misleading. Yeah. So if anyone wants to help me name it,
Tofu turkey. That's what it is.
It's not. It doesn't roll
That's
off
not.
the tongue.
No, it doesn't.
Really.
No, it doesn't. Okay, we'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
Think about it.
So it comes in a different shape every year. So this year it was heart shaped, and
So this is like a loaf. There's a loaf heart shape. Mm-hmm. We were in Whole Foods and we saw because they have all the vegan roasts and Thanksgiving things out in the front, and maybe it's just me, but I don't get the tofu shaped as a turkey.
Oh yeah, no. Who I don't know who's buying that. I think
Ew.
it's the mother-in-law of the vegan. They're oh yeah, I'll get this.
Joshua will love this.
Exactly.
I just don't get it. It's I don't get that. The shape of the body.
What company is making that?
Oh, I don't remember.
So
we just walked by and was like,
that
It's
one's
a
been
lot
around
of
for
pudding,
a
but
while.
if someone went out of their way to get it for me, I'm not gonna
Oh yeah, definitely.
No, it just gets strange that they'd be like,
Yes, I will
vegans
eat
and
the whole
vegetarians will
thing.
really love this product. Like, it looks like a body. I don't think whatever the marketing person was like, this is a great idea.
Yeah.
This will market really well to people that don't want to eat animals.
I wonder how their sales have been doing since all the other roasts have been coming out.
I don't know. It didn't look very good. Like, it didn't look good.
Yeah.
Like, even if, even regardless of what it's supposed to look like, it didn't look very...
Yeah, if the picture on the box doesn't
look
look
good,
good, you know that it's not gonna look good.
Yeah, I was not impressed. Not even like, that looks really... It looked just gross. It looked like just a brown blob with, like, fake legs sticking out of it. It wasn't good. So go on with yours.
Okay, so
She's probably
tofurkey with stuffing. I made that. I made my gravy that I make every year.
Which was delicious.
Thank you so much. And I made pumpkin tartlets, which were kind of like pumpkin pies, but really, really small. They were like an inch.
Also delicious.
So they're bite-sized.
That's always good.
She complained that there was too much crust, but
Yeah.
I said that's...
You can't have enough
There's
crust
no
on
such thing
pumpkin
as too
pie.
much crust.
How
On
are
any
you
pie,
guys
really.
both in the same boat?
I'm
and
a
I'm just
crust
like on a
fan.
raft outside by myself.
On Bunny Island.
I don't get it. I do not like crust. Why? What do you like about it?
I just like that it's like
Flaky.
crisp. Yeah, it's crispy too. I like that about it.
Yeah.
And like anything, like a pot pie or like the whatever. I like the crust.
I'm scared of
I mean,
your
I like it
guys'
all.
reaction.
I like
when
it all,
tell you
but I like the
this.
crust too.
Yeah.
But there's a chance that last Thanksgiving I made crustless pumpkin pie.
How did that work? You cut it off and throw it in the garbage? That's criminal if you did.
That's
I
called
didn't
pudding.
make it. I just didn't make it. I just made jar pies
Oh,
with no crust.
oh, that's not okay.
No, the mini ones are great. And then the
Oh
whipped
yeah,
cream.
and then I made whipped cream in my Issy whip, and
Well,
so
okay, it's all right as long as there was crust. I guess it's okay.
there was a lot of crust. I have some still too.
Oh, good. I'll take care of that.
If you're interested.
We're done. Let's finish now. Okay, we're done. Give me some of that crust.
And I think that's all I made, right? You made green beans, which were delicious.
Yep, just green beans.
People brought mashed
beans are,
potatoes, Brussels sprouts.
They're just like
scalloped potatoes.
you can't go wrong with the green
Scalloped
beans.
Potatoes. They were fresh because I don't do frozen green beans or canned.
Yeah, ew,
Ugh.
no. Who does that? No
People.
one should do
I
that.
guess I do frozen,
Oh,
but they
yeah.
just end up usually on an injury. And
on
then,
an injury.
and
Frozen
then
I was like,
are
wait, I
okay
don't get
for
it.
like
They get injured?
just like at home, nothing special.
not a special
whatever,
occasion
but
or
like
something. Okay, yeah, I got it,
Thanksgiving,
yeah,
it's got to be fresh. It's
yeah.
gotta be fresh green
No,
I've-
Matt
yeah, I've only
hurt
made
his
fresh.
knee, got around his knee, and we just used this bag of broccoli for like a week, and it kept like
Gross.
thawing and then freezing. I was like, well, we're gonna throw this out, but we're gonna use it as an ice pack until because it forms
Yeah.
so much better than anything else, obviously, around whatever you're trying to.
So you didn't
Freeze.
eventually eat it.
No, not after that thing thawed and froze like 7 times. No, I was not. No, but that's.
It would have been fun to make something out of it and then feed it to someone and be like, so, just so you
Funny
know.
Do you like that?
Sorry.
Do you like that knee broccoli? Yeah. No, I didn't do that. But that's usually where they end
It's a
up.
magical healing broccoli.
Yeah. It healed Matt's knee only after 7 applications. I can do the same for you.
Actually, so I know you were really into the scalloped potatoes that were at Thanksgiving, but last night we had potatoes gratin.
Oh my god.
Oh my
What is
goodness.
that word? I know that word,
It's
but
the
I don't
one
know.
that's like the cheesy cream filled. It's normally like a cholesterol heart attack in a pan. But
Is it like
it was vegan last
they?
night.
It's like the skin. You take the skin. You take the
no,
potato out.
that's twice bake. That's different. Scalloped is like you cut them.
Oh, I know
all
what
really
scalloped
thin.
is, but I know what gratin
So
is.
it's scalloped potatoes and potatoes au gratin are different because scalloped potatoes are more like olive oil and spices, whereas potatoes gratin are like put an entire
cheesy, creamy,
Yeah.
thick.
Oh, that's what I'm used to as scallop potatoes.
Yeah,
I've heard.
Yeah, I think in the Midwest, my mom's from the Midwest, and we called them scallop potatoes too. But it was still
interesting.
Yeah, I'm from the Midwest, so that would make sense.
Okay,
that's like more what I thought.
Okay, so the one at Thanksgiving was more of like a lighter, like healthier version.
We don't do that in the Midwest.
The one we had last night was amazing. It was so rich and decadent, and there was just it was just so good.
It was really, really
That's
good.
what I was used to growing up.
So cheesy, and they make their own cashew cheese. Shane and Marie do. So
and this is
really, really phenomenal.
S&M vegan chefs in Oakland.
And so they do pop-ups, and that was one of their pop-ups they do monthly called the Blind Tiger Dinner, and it's a 6-course meal, and it's phenomenal.
So good.
I'll get there one day. I just didn't want to drive to Oakland.
So those are the 2 things I've been eating lately that have been good. Also, when we went to Veggie Grill, that was the first time I had the tempura green beans. I'm totally sold. I know you don't love them. Have you had them?
I have had them.
Do you also not love them? Like she does not love them?
I don't hate them.
I like them, but I feel like after I've had like a few, then like I don't know what happens. Like at first, like I'm eating them, I'm like, oh, so good, and I don't know if it's the green beans or if it's the sauce.
Oh, see, I didn't get the sauce. I got ranch instead.
The first time we ate them, the sauce and the green beans did not go together.
It was a weird combination. What it is.
Yeah, I didn't like the combination. Then I just started eating them by themselves, and they were better. But when we went, we got ranch instead, and they were much better with the ranch dressing.
Okay, yeah, because like I think it was the sauce that it came with. Like I was dipping it, and I was like kind of getting a stomach ache, and I couldn't.
It's like a sour almost, or something weird. It's
I liked it with the lemon juice, just lemon juice.
Yeah, they're better on their own than the sauce that they were served with. I didn't like it.
Okay,
kind of like a tartar-ish sauce.
It was strange.
Yeah.
Well, maybe try it with the ranch next time.
Will do.
If you're willing to try them again.
Oh yeah, I will.
All right.
So while Robin was here having her friendsgiving with all of her friends, I was in Vegas the day before having my Thanksgiving dinner. So, of course, every time I travel somewhere, I do all my research about the vegan restaurants or vegan options that places have added. And I think they said last February they opened, or this February, earlier this year, they opened a restaurant called Violet's Vegan. And it's a really nice restaurant, actually. It's not like you'd walk in and think it's like, what's something that would be similar to it? It kind of looked like a Mexican restaurant. It had really bright colors on the walls, and like, you know, they have really festive restaurants, Mexican restaurants. It was kind of designed that way. And we went there for lunch, and we had just a regular off their menu, and then we knew that they were doing a Thanksgiving menu on Thanksgiving Day. So we made a reservation, and we went, and it was like, oh my God. It will be up on my blog at theveganadventure.com eventually, I finally get around to posting it, but it was like it was kind of a set menu, and it was like $30 for each person. You got to choose a soup out of 2, and then like you got a salad, and then you got either like their meatballs in marinara or spicy cauliflower bites. And Matt loves cauliflower, so he got those. I got the meatballs. And then you got your huge plate of food, which was like their tofu turkey, like the yams, the mashed potatoes, either cornbread or the biscuit. And that biscuit was the best biscuit I've ever had. And I'm a fan of biscuits. I always get biscuits, and it was amazing. And all this other food. And then you got to choose a dessert too. So I was like wheeled out of there.
Nice.
But, yeah, it was.
For $30? Not
it was
bad.
a ton of really food, and I managed to finish it all. Because I was like, we're not eating before we go. I want to eat all of it.
What kind of food is there, like, regular menu? Like, what kind of restaurant
just
is it?
like regular American, like burgers, wraps. I had something called the Godfather, so it was like basically spaghetti and meatballs, basically.
Okay, so it's like all American.
Yeah, it's just all, regular American food. But that day they just had their Thanksgiving menu, and it was packed, which is good to see. Because when we went in for lunch, it was pretty empty, and I don't like to see that. Like, usually you go into somewhere they're busy, you're like, oh, man, I gotta wait for a table. I never feel that way in a vegan restaurant. I always want it to be packed. I don't mind if I wait. So when I go into a vegan restaurant, it's empty. I'm like, But we went for Thanksgiving, there wasn't a table open. Like, people had to wait, and even this is with reservations. So it was so good. It was one of the best meals I've had in a long time.
Nice.
So if you're in Vegas, go check out Violet's Vegan. It's super good.
Well, you should have it be your goal to have that blog post done by the 1st of January when this podcast comes out.
Okay, yes. By 1st of January, yes, it better be. Or I'm going to punish myself somehow. That's bad.
Spankings for Ashley.
Yeah, Robin will administer, but yeah.
I'll do it on behalf of all the listeners,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yes.
Taking one for the team here.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so now we're very excited to have an interview with Tina of Vava Vroom Hair Salon, our only vegan hair salon in the San Francisco Bay Area.
So Tina, what inspired you to become an all-vegan hairstylist? And even beyond that, one that's mobile?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the podcast.
Oh, thanks for coming.
Woo, it's my first podcast. So, I became vegan for the second time. Yes, second time.
Yes, shudder.
While I was still working at another salon. And it just became increasingly more difficult to, work with products that I knew were not vegan friendly and cruelty free. And if I can't stand, behind something, like, how can I then
be pushing it on someone else?
Yeah,
Like, hey, buy this too.
I can't.
Yeah.
If my heart's not in it, I can't recommend it to someone else. And I've always kind of butt heads with management. And
No,
I was,
yeah. I would never think that of you.
I'm a total team player, but I also cannot stand being micromanaged. So between these kind of things that were going on and this previous salon I was at, I just was like, either I need to look into doing something else, or I need to, try to change the game. Mm-hmm. And, I kind of sat and I was like, well, shit. I've been doing this, I've been doing hair for over...
I tried to use my fingerprint opener.
For everyone who can't see what we're doing and doesn't know why we just started laughing, it is because Ashley thought her fingerprint would work on my phone. Weird.
I'm really shocked that you haven't added my fingerprint to your phone.
I know. It's appalling.
It's not nice feeling. Okay. Sorry.
No.
First she doesn't invite me to her friendsgiving, then she doesn't put my
I'm
locked out of her phone like some kind
phone.
of stranger. Okay. I see how it is.
I felt like it's kind of too late for me to go back to school or start doing something else. I've been doing hair for over 12 years. So that's kind of what started it. And then the whole mobile concept came because I love vintage trailers. And I was just like, well, why can't I have a mobile hair salon? Why not? And I did some research and I was like, yeah, it would totally be cheaper than opening up a small brick and mortar. Yeah. Which is true and not true. But, so I did a lot of research on Airstreams because my mobile salon is in a 1964 Airstream Overlander. And I found one that was at a good price and basically had it gutted out. And over the last 3.5 years, it was transformed into a working mobile salon.
Is it up and running now?
Well, I have a studio right now in Redwood City that is open, but we are actually just about to launch the trailer this week.
Ooh, this is good timing.
Yeah, but
Even
I
though
do
you
have...
won't bear until January. But.
Yeah, I do have a website up, so, if anyone wants to get in now, they can come to Redwood City.
Okay, good. And when it's up and running, what kind of services do you provide? Just everything? Or...
No, I think initially with the trailer, I'm just going to be focusing on cuts and styles because, I guess what I'm going to be aiming for with the trailer is targeting a lot of tech companies since I live, in Silicon Valley and providing on-site services.
Yeah.
So being stuck with like a 2-hour color project probably won't fare well with people who are like in between meetings or on a lunch break, just trying to get in to get a quick haircut.
Yeah. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, especially if you're going to the tech companies. Everything else comes to them. Why not their haircut?
Mm-hmm.
They have everything on site, everything else.
Yeah, and then I still do color and, chemical services at the studio in Redwood City.
Okay, cool. Okay. So why do you think it's important for vegans to extend their veganism to their hair maintenance products or anything like that?
I mean, it's like
some people, to them, it's not a natural or a natural extension. Like, some people have to really think about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as obvious as it may seem to us, I guess, is what I'm
saying. I think everyone eventually comes around to, like, realizing, oh, yeah, if, there's animal products in my food, then there must be animal products in everything else I use, So that being said, I feel like people are becoming much more savvy about, the idea of cruelty-free cosmetics and vegan cosmetics, and more companies are really trying to use that as a way to, push their products. It's become a more popular selling point.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, people are really a little more on it, as far as realizing that, hair care and beauty products and cleaning products are all part.
Yeah, it's all part of what you consume, just like your diet. Yeah,
everyone comes to that at a different time, though. You both came to it really fast, I feel like.
What?
Like, the conclusion that, oh, yeah, vegan isn't just food.
Well, I don't know how... I did... Like, my diet was vegan as soon as I went vegan, obviously. But the rest of it... And, like, clothing. Like, obviously, that was a completely, like, immediate connection for me, obviously. Like, leather and wool and silk, that stuff. But, like, cleaning products and stuff, like, even, like, now, like, within the last year, like, there's... I finally have gotten almost every product out of my life that's not vegan and cruelty-free. Except for, like, contacts. I'm still working on that. My contacts are tested on animals. So, there's always still something. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I think, like, cleaning products, stuff like that was one of, like, the last things. Even though it's kind of the worst, because that stuff is so, hard on anything, a surface you use it on, let alone a person or an animal. But yeah, so it didn't happen right away for me, but some people just don't think about it automatically.
Yeah, so you must come across a lot of people who don't realize it. Like, in your day-to-day, if you're just talking to vegans or talking to people who aren't vegan, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm a vegan hairstylist. Are they like, I don't get it.
So you don't wash their hair with meat or something like that?
Yeah, like, are they confused?
I think they get it, but then I think it's like, they're like, okay, so what kind of animal products are in? I think it's not that they don't understand, but they don't know what kind of things are in something as simple as shampoo. And then I go, oh, well, there can be beeswax, there can be... urea, there can be
honey, silk,
placenta, there can be some really weird things.
Up.
Yes, absolutely.
Wait, really?
Oh yeah. And
like human placenta?
No.
Animal
placenta.
In what? What products? Are you allowed to say?
No, I'm not gonna name any brands. I probably shouldn't.
Gosh.
But yeah, I mean, these are things that are not totally uncommon in.
Can you just lead with placenta from now on?
And when I say this, I think people are really surprised. They're like, wow, I had no idea that's totally in my shampoo that I'm, putting on my head.
Yeah, and I think if anybody really wanted to take the time to really thoroughly research every ingredient on the back of something that they, because things are named differently. It doesn't say placenta on the back of the bottle, I'm sure. It says something else.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you thoroughly research each of these ingredients, you might find a lot of stuff that you are not okay with.
Yeah.
Placenta being one of them.
Yeah, I remember being vegan for quite a few years before, like, meeting someone who had this, like, paper zine that they had, like, ordered from someone through the mail, and it, like, it listed all the, like, every ingredient, basically, known to man, and, like, all of the, like, if they're vegetarian or if they're not, and I was just like blown away.
Yeah, because half of them looking at them, you would
away.
never know.
I could not believe it.
Yeah.
Like, and I think the only reason that this chick told me about the zine is that I was eating Smarties, and she was like, those aren't vegan. And I was like, what? And she was like, well, yeah, because they have dextrose, and dextrose may or may not contain animal parts. And I was like, what? What's dextrose? I had no clue.
It's
I
not
was
obvious.
oblivious.
It's not obvious, yeah.
Wait, does it say placenta in the ingredients, or is it called something else?
I doubt it. It says placenta.
I have seen on a particular product where it does, I think it probably gives, like, the scientific Latin name, but then it also in parentheses said placenta.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I love it.
Wow, okay.
That's awesome.
I didn't think they'd have the cojones to put placenta on the bottle.
It's probably European.
Yeah.
They're so forward over there.
It's just a placenta. Put it on your
Isn't
head.
it in Europe where they had the breast milk ice cream? Was that Europe?
I haven't heard. This is news to me.
Oh, okay. There was a place that had breast milk ice cream.
Well, I did hear about the woman that used her own yeast to make sourdough bread.
What do you mean her own yeast?
Like
From a yeast infection.
Yeah.
As a starter.
Which
I think is awesome.
I heard about it. I didn't like read the article or anything, but I heard that apparently she put it up on her blog or something like that.
Oh my god,
so
people are crazy.
that's not so breast milk ice cream, your own yeast sourdough bread.
I mean, if you're consenting, it's
well, whatever.
vegan, right?
I probably wouldn't feed it to someone without telling them. And they're
Or
like, hey,
I don't know,
I'm cool with
maybe
it.
I would. It'd be like revenge loaf, you know? Like just be like,
That's true.
I baked you some homemade bread. Yum, yum, yum.
Yeah, I think it's like that scene from The Help. You guys ever seen that movie or read that book?
Oh, yeah,
And
the-
she
the-
makes
the poo pie.
The poo pie.
Ew,
She
what?
makes for her bitchy employer. She makes a pie and there's some poo poo in it, and she like eats it and like loves it apparently, and she doesn't know there's poo in it.
Ew. Ew, what are you watching? Junk TV. My dad would have called that junk TV. And he would have
Okay,
been like,
here's
you
a
can't
clueless,
watch
another
that."
clueless corner at Robin. The Help is not junk TV. But anyway, yes, that's pretty messed up.
Ew.
What do you enjoy most about the creative process of cutting hair or styling or dyeing or anything?
So before I went into cosmetology school, I was studying architecture. And I was halfway through a program and realized that math is hard.
Ew, math.
Math is hard.
Ew, yeah.
And I was really struggling, and I really liked architecture. I didn't want to do like commercial architecture. I was really more interested in like interior architecture, but not interior design. But anyways, so I dropped out of that program, and a girl I went to high school with, who was a few years older than me, she went into cosmetology school, and she was doing my hair, and we did musical theater together in high school, and we did like wig design and makeup, and it was just kind of like a fun thing to do, and I enjoyed it. And she was like, why aren't you doing this? You'd be really good at it. And I was like, huh. Well, how about that? So I looked into going to cosmetology school, and decided to go in, and then it really clicked as far as like hair cutting. Really made a lot of sense because I'm a very spatial person, so things like
Because you're from space?
no, I'm able to visualize space really well, like how space is used. And so for me, like angles and degrees and shapes, I just click. Like I can look at someone, I can see the shape of their face, I can see like kind of, visualize what shapes will, look good on this person's head,
Yeah.
So then I was like, oh, sweet. It's just like architecture, but
No math.
But no math and on someone's head.
That's what you should have called it. Architecture for your head.
Yeah, hair
That should have been the
architecture.
name. Yeah.
And I'm very tactile. So doing hands-on stuff. I'm pretty chatty. I like people for the
Social
most part.
element,
Yeah,
that would be fun. Yeah.
it just the hair color took a while because it's sort of like how I feel about baking, which is that it's very much a science and an art.
Yeah.
Which I still love to do color, but like cutting is my, is my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you were gonna change our haircuts, what would you suggest for us?
I need some help with this thing. I actually just got it cut.
That's like when you like ask someone work-related questions when they're not at work. That's the worst thing to do. Don't do that.
Put you on the spot.
You come in and you book a consultation and...
So you ask people questions. You don't just envision what you want for their hair and then do it.
No.
Well, that
I mean,
probably won't go over well every time. Like, what? I didn't even tell you what I wanted. You changed my hair. That probably won't go over
no,
well.
I actually really enjoy it when a client has an idea, because then I have something to sort of work with. It's actually really difficult when someone says, "Oh, just do whatever," because no one really means
No, they
just
don't.
do whatever. So it's that, I'm not a mind reader. So having, someone to say, "Oh, I like this," or "I don't like that," gives me some sort of parameter to work with. And then I like to have a happy medium of something that I think would look good and suited for them, as well as something that they desire for themselves. I mean, if someone asks me for something and I'm like, that will look awful on you.
Do you say that?
Oh, yes. I have learned to not be a yes person.
Oh, I would like someone that's like experienced. Like, if I was like, I want to do this crazy thing, and they'd be like, that really wouldn't suit you. I'd be like, oh, okay.
Okay, wait, what if I came in and I said I wanted hair this long? Like spiky and
short,
1 inch.
really.
Would you say that it would look bad on me?
I would say that that's probably not
The best look for you.
best look for you,
Okay,
but
good.
here are other options that might be shorter, like let's take a look at what will work for you. So it's kind of, it's not just about saying, no, you can't have this, or no, that's ugly,
You always say no every time I ask for anything.
But I really think, clients, really respect when you are honest with them and you tell them, that's probably not going to be what you want in the long run. And, let's find something that you really will want and will suit you. So,
Yeah.
And then they'll come back.
Yeah.
Does anyone argue with you?
I mean, at the end of the
that's
day,
good.
if they say, I want this, and they are not backing down, there you go.
No, and in the past, I have had clients that were so adamant about having something, and they would not back down. And I was just like, well, I'm not going to fight you, so take it. And, they asked for my card, and I said no. I said, I will not give you my card because, even if it is what they want, my clients are a walking advertisement for me.
Who did your hair?
They're a walking calling card for me. And
Ooh, that looks great. Who did your hair? Yeah, you don't want that situation coming up.
yeah, and I didn't.
I know who to stay away from. But you don't want that happening.
I didn't want to be rude, but I was like, no, I really don't want anyone to know that I was associated, even
With
if I
this
gave them
idea.
exactly 100% what they want. It was so bad that I was like, I don't want my name attached to this. No offense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I do the same thing in other things, mostly cooking.
I remembered the rest. It's good.
Oh.
So, what are some of your favorite vegan hair products?
There's a growing number of products that are out there, both professional as well as store-bought brands. So I love, kind of testing everything.
Yeah.
What I'm using in the salon currently is a brand called No. 4 Hair Care. They're based out of Southern California, so they're local. And they're a great company. Their products are professional. It's a great styling line. I just fell in love with it because it took me a while to find something that was, vegan friendly and of a professional hair,
Level.
Yeah, and that took a while. Not to say that the Giovanni stuff is bad. I've used some of their stuff,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to carry a line that can be, bought at a grocery store. Mm-hmm. So when I found them, I was just like, oh, this is exactly what I'm looking for. So they're 100% plant-based. All their packaging is also recycled material.
Nice.
As well as it's biodegradable and everything.
So I've considered a lot, which is something that you want to participate in, obviously.
Yeah. And I also like packaging. So it's not just, it's really bad. Like, I need everything. Like, it's got to be a product that works. And I have to also like what it comes in.
Yeah,
you know?
you're looking at it every day. It has to be cute, too.
And I found some products where I'm like, oh, okay, I kind of like these products, but I don't like the packaging, so I probably won't be carrying this line, unfortunately. But some other great lines are Surface. Surface is another plant-based product line that's also professional quality, but pretty easy to get a hold of. And then there's another one called Yarok, I believe, Yarok, and they're based out of New York. And I really like their stuff too. It's very botanical smelling. Be a little hippy dippy, but
I was gonna say that sounds great.
I want to say hippy dippy, but kind of a nouveau riche hippy dippy because their stuff is not cheap.
Right.
But
they're not making it in a bathtub or anything.
No, but their stuff just smells like I really like kind of earthy smells, essential oily smells.
Yeah, I'm someone that's sensitive to scents.
Me too.
Anything that smells like it was made in the lab, even if if it smells like it was made in the lab, I just can't take it. It just like gives me a headache instantly. I have to hold my breath when I walk through the perfume section of a department store. I have to hold my breath until I get to the end. So I'll have an instant headache. So I'm really sensitive. I like the more natural scents. Yeah. Even if it's a floral smell, but it's like a fake chemical floral smell, I can't take that.
Yeah, I don't like things that are sticky sweet. I just, especially if it's on your skin, if it's in your hair, Yeah.
And then plus also, not really scent-wise, but, what chemicals are in it. That whole stuff all goes into your bloodstream anyway. You put stuff on your skin, it's going into your bloodstream. So that's, you don't want all that crap.
No, you don't.
No. Do you know do you have any, just regular store-bought products that you like? Because that's more what I would buy. I'm trying to think.
There's a brand called Verb, and I was actually looking into carrying them, but there was some communication stuff that I don't know. They're based out of Austin, Texas, and then they got a parent company, which is not the end of the world if someone gets bought over. I know a lot of people are like, oh, but they have an awful parent company, and I don't want to support them. And it's a total catch-22 when something gets a parent company, because it's like, on the one hand, you don't want to support this, larger company who's not, ethics aren't so great. But on the other hand, it's like
you want to support products that are
small
vegan,
company is now able to grow, and that's exciting, and that means that more people can, find vegan products that are, more readily accessible. But Verb, about 85% of their product line is vegan friendly, and their price range is awesome. So I would put them as a professional quality of product at a very, very budget friendly price.
Verb, okay.
And you can get them at Sephora now.
Okay.
I believe the only two products that are not vegan friendly, if I recall, is they have two little pucks that are one's like a hair clay, and the other one is another kind of wax, and I believe they have lanolin in them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everything else, their shampoo and conditioner are both color safe, and I think their products range at about $14 to $16, which is not bad
for something at Sephora.
Yeah,
you walk in there, it's like money just flies out of your pocket.
Yeah,
I can't even stand it. Not in the way I want everything. It just flies out. And I don't even buy anything because it's so expensive in there. That's how I feel. It's not like, I just want everything. I don't want anything. I have a card there because once in a while I'll get something, so I have points, and they're like, oh, do you want to trade your points in? I'm like, I'm sure that's not vegan or cruelty free, so I'll just save them. I'm never gonna use them for something because everything they're giving away, I never paid attention.
Once in a while, I
points
save
aren't
my
for anything?
points because once in a while they'll have something that's, like a Too Faced product. And then I'll
Right.
I will take 5 of those mini mascaras.
Cash me out. Cash all my
Yeah.
points out while I can. I need to pay more attention because I feel like if I'm at the register and I'm like, is this vegan cruelty free? They'll be like, there's 14 people behind you in line. I don't know. So I usually just say like, I'll just save them. I don't need to get.
So wait, they get different things in as the thing you can spend your points on? Like
Yeah,
it-
it changes, rotates out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
what-
next time
I
you
don't
see
go-
something awesome, you just have to text her and
Yeah,
be like,
I'll
all
let
right,
you know.
go to
I'm
Sephora this week.
got a good cash pile of points right now I'm sitting on,
Yeah.
waiting for something good to come.
Yeah, I don't go in often, so I probably don't have as much as I think I do. But I just have never cashed in my points since like a long time ago.
I'm sure you could sell those on eBay.
I don't know how you would do
I
that.
don't either. Feel like I remember seeing
You
people
could sell
selling
your
like
Sephora points.
I would actually just give them away to somebody if I could. It's like somebody would use them, but
I feel like everything is sold on eBay.
like the box tops, people sell those on eBay. Like the school.
Oh
box
yeah,
tops.
really? Oh, that's funny.
So I know you mentioned your website before. So if people want to find out more about your salon, where can they find out more information?
You can visit my website at www.
http://www.
vavaroomsalon.com
Okay.
and also on Instagram at vavaroomsalon.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
And we're gonna try to figure out how to make show notes. So we'll put it in our show notes if we can.
Yeah, I think it's basically just in the description when I upload it. I think
Yeah.
that's all it is.
Okay.
I tried to Google it, and we're obviously novices here because we're like, how do we do show notes? Which is like so simple for most podcasters, but we're still Googling every question we have. So it will be in the description at the very least, the link. So, okay, well, thank you, Tina, for coming in and being on the show.
Yeah, thanks guys. It was fun.
So that's pretty much the end of our 3rd episode. And if you're listening to it on YouTube, you can leave a comment. But if you're listening on iTunes, you can rate it 5 stars, hopefully. And
If you're gonna do one, just go away. Just don't even go on iTunes. We don't want to see it.
when you rate it, it'll help the podcast rank higher when people do searches for it, which will get us more listeners, which hopefully will get vegan messages out to more people, which would be awesome. And if you're listening for the first time, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. And Ashley, if listeners want to find you on the World Wide Web, where should they look?
Well, all of my information can be found on my blog, theveganadventure.com. So to the right, there's the Twitter, Instagram, and all those links to the right. So you can find everything there. And that's my blog, and that's where I basically catalog all the vegan places that I eat at and when I travel around. So if you're traveling somewhere, have a look there. I might have already done all the work for you, which is why I started it.
And if you're going to Vegas soon, definitely go check
Yeah, I
it
have
out.
to. I do already have an update, a Vegas post. But since I went again recently, I'm gonna update it. There's a lot of new stuff in Vegas since the last time I went.
Didn't you
a
say
year
there were
ago.
like 8 new places or something?
And well, actually there was more, but we didn't get to go to all of them. There's a lot of either places that were brand new or places that I didn't know about before. Yeah, there was a lot of new places. So the Vegas post is going to be huge now. There's going to be a lot of information on it. So by the time you're listening to this, it will be up. So check that out.
Did you go to the other vegan donut place that's in Vegas now?
No, I didn't even know about that.
So
See,
then there's
okay,
even
well,
more.
I'm going again
Oh,
in
yeah.
December, so I might check that out. So that might also be on there when this airs.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, thank you, Robin. This is how it works. Friends helping friends. Okay, Robin, where can people find you?
All my recipes are at vegandollhouse.com, and that includes the recipes for the tofurkey and stuffing that we talked about earlier in the podcast, as well as the pumpkin tartlets. And if you want to watch me cook things in my kitchen, then you can see me on Periscope and on Catch. And if you don't like to cook, but you like to look at pictures of food, then you can follow Vegan Dollhouse on Instagram and Twitter.
Okay, well, thanks for listening.
Bye!
Dolls and donuts, dolls and donuts.